I just got here and it's time to talk about Mushoku latest episode with school life and also saving somebody, which was very important both for the new character that we get introduced in this series, Julie or Juliet, but also for Rudy. And I have to say before we get to that, I really love the interactions at the start between Rudy and Fitz slash Sylvie and his confusion about her being a man and him questioning himself. This was such a calm and relaxing and also very deep episode. I loved it so much. But before we get to that, I forgot something very important last week with Cliff, and I'm very thankful for everybody that reminded me in the comments to last week's episode that Cliff was in the Aries OVA. It completely slipped my mind, but I'm very thankful for that, and I finally remember that, and also the conversations about Elena Liz. So thank you very much for joining the comments. I highly appreciate it, and it means quite a lot to me. So let's get into this episode and talk about it. Now at the beginning, I see Rudy getting into the routine, getting used to the school life, training, trying to get better at figurines, to also keep his promise to Zanoba. Speaking of Zanoba, I'm really happy, like I said at last episode, that Zanoba is there. It's very important for Rudy to have a friend to always count on. And also he kind of has two right now in this moment, being with Zanoba, but also with Fitz. And but that's a bit more confusing than what's happening. We're gonna get to that. And Elena Liz is on the prowl. She's kind of like the predator in school with the students. Where was Elena Liz when I was in school? I needed an Elena Liz also. But now he's also focusing on his studies, learning about magic, kind of starting from scratch a bit with everything, with healing, barrier magic, and also doing research on the teleportation incident, which kind of helps him bond more with Fitz or Sylvie, where they were in the library there. And I really like how Sylvie's talking about Rudy, but he has no idea that it's about him. I'm so happy about that. It feels, I don't know, just so cute and wholesome, and how happy she is. Just kind of just see the smile every time she was talking. The voice actress is doing such an amazing job, and the anime here portraying how happy she's also that she has Rudy, considering how much she admires and cares about him, and how lost she felt without him here. And I can't wait for Rudy's reaction when he realizes who Fitz actually is. But it's so wholesome seeing them together, and him being confused and getting flustered around her, thinking that, hey, am I into men right now? No, that can be possibly right there. And I really love that, spending time together, and him asking her about the sunglasses. I can't explain right now, even getting some hints but not being fully able to connect things together. I think all of us have had that feeling when you know something's awful but you can't really connect everything for it to make sense. It's right in front of you, but something you just can't see it for your eyes. And I don't know, I like it so much seeing them together here, even more when where are you sleeping? And it's just like, the girls' dorm. How does that work? But servants and slaves are around to be there, with Fitz being guardian with Ariel here, and I can't wait to get into the Ariel things. Still have my suspicions. She's not that good, so to say. I think she's more manipulative from what I'm getting. She reminds me from the Princess in Overlord. Maybe not as unhinged, but I think there's a lot more to Ariel that we haven't seen. If you read the light novels, don't tell me anything. I don't wanna know spoilers here. But this is where Rudy, like I said, that confusion, him being confused why the silent part of it doesn't really apply to him, why Fitz or Sylvie so comfortable around him. And I like that confusing part so much with Rudy and Sylvie, and when she said that she looks up to her master, and him being so oblivious that she was referring to him, and his heart started beating faster, which I think is very important because the relationship between them has always kind of been in his favor. He was always had kind of the power in that relationship, and him forming a bond here with somebody that he has known but right now doesn't realize who it is in front of him, right, gonna be part of the cure, so to say, for his ED, forming a proper bonding connection, a relationship with a girl. Him, not the same way that he did it with Aries. Those were very different dynamics happening there, but here him I think is gonna help him not equate girls or sex to abandonment or being left behind, and I think this is gonna be very important to connect with somebody a lot more, and I can't wait to see his face when he realizes who Fitz actually is here. But it's so funny and wholesome. Now we also have Zanoba being weird with figurines, and they're both of them being perverts, admitting it there, and Rudy trying to teach him how to do those figures there, but Zanoba unfortunately doesn't have the talent for that, kept failing, getting more and more depressed, so they try to go the natural way, so to say, the manual way, to carve it or sculpt it manually, but again, didn't really work out for Zanoba because he's too strong for having that dexterity, that patience for it. When you're too strong, I don't know where I heard, I think it reminded me a bit of Superman. He lives in a cardboard box. When you have that strength, a lot of things kind of feel like cardboard or glass to you, so it's gonna take a long while to be able to control that strength to that level of dexterity and precision. But Zanoba is a bit impatient also, so they're gonna have to try something else for that, because he really wants to learn quite a lot. And what I liked more also after that was how much comfortable Rudy was also with Fitz. He went, talked to her, venting about what he was going through with Zanoba, trying to figure out a solution. It's always nice having somebody to talk to about problems or how your day has been going, what you're trying to do moving forward, even if it's not this big problem. Hey, I'm trying to save the world, I need somebody to help me. No, the small things matter quite a lot, just venting to somebody. And I don't think Rudy has ever had this connection that he's forming right now with Sylphie without knowing that she's Sylphie there. And she comes up with a solution, saying that somebody has she knows about somebody that has gone through something similar with not having the talent to be able to do something, so they just got a slave to that. Of course, slavery is very normal in a lot of isekai fantasy series. Yes, slavery bad, but hey, this is the world, very different moral systems. I wish I could snap my fingers and fix it, but hey, here we are. And she kind of wanted to join him, and Rudy felt like this has the potential to be a date in a way. She got a bit flustered there, not really saying it out loud that she wanted to join. I'm just free during that time, and yeah, Rudy invites her, or him, from his perspective there. And yeah, they go out in town at the market, and also the introduction between Zanoba and Sylphie. When Rudy introduced them, Zanoba high and mighty, but Rudy kicks his knees from behind to make him kneel and telling, hey, show respect, he's the one that came up with the idea, so drop the your highness things and things like that. I really hope that Zanoba also makes more friends with Sylphie. I like Zanoba quite a lot. But here, more cute and fluster moments between them, and I think I found my wife also here. They were going in the slave market looking for a slave, when that muscle girl just... I like muscle girls, what can I say? Marilena Vermilion, Ghislaine here. Best wife in the series so far for me is Ghislaine, and also Elena Liz, but Ghislaine, I love Master Girls. Well, Snoo, that's by Snoo. She looked so good. I need to set her free there. But anyway, without that, Sylvie got really flustered when she saw them being naked and really big, and kind of funny that the placement there shows hiding the dong of the big guy standing next to the muscle lady. So Rudy was like, yeah, I kind of know about this stuff, and wait, you have experience? And nodding a bit, or referring to the other kind of experience also, or at least that's how I read into it. It's gonna be interesting depending how far Rudy gets with Sylvie, how they're gonna handle that. But anyway, they're not there for this. They need something else, not to worry, like big muscle slaves. They need crafters, to say the least. So they wanted also very important that happened in this episode, which got me thinking about something very curious. When Sylvie said that learning without incantation is easier if you start younger, and mana also grows if you start casting younger. The same way happened to both of them, and how she said the same as with my master, and also for Rudy, which makes sense. But the teachings about mana, because everybody kind of says the same thing, mana is predetermined at birth, but Rudy proved this wrong. Sylvie also proved it wrong, and I feel like they're gonna prove it wrong also with the new character. But is this just a misconception, like people haven't really done the research about mana, how exactly it works? They don't think it's good for kids to start this young? Or is somebody trying to keep down the magic in the world, and they put this random thing that kind of became common knowledge? Hey, mana is predetermined at birth to kind of keep the civilization down a bit, or the magic power of everybody down. So maybe it's just a random thing, or maybe there's something more to it, and I'm reading way too much into it. But something to keep an eye on. Speak about the powers in the world, and I really like that here. But they have to find a young slave here, and they go and ask if they are, and there's this 6-year-old dwarf girl that unfortunately got sold into slavery for debts with her family. She's also very sick with malnutrition, but they could help with that. And that slave owner, I wanted to slap him when he yanked the chain there quite a lot, and the slaves are treated very poorly here, or at least some of them. And by the definition, being a slave, you're treated like shit. But this is also my weakness in all series. When you have a very innocent character, like characters that are so good, and something bad happened to them, just gets to me so much. I actually get emotional when I see a character like this being wounded, or being treated badly, or they have a tragedy. It just gets to me a lot. And Julie seems to be like a character like this here, and I hope she's gonna have a much better life moving forward. But before we get to that, they see her here, and Sylvie heals her a bit after that asshole yanked the chain here, and Rudy trying to talk to her very calmly, but he kind of sees himself in her, how he was at the beginning of season 2, and thanks to Sol, thank you brother for saving him. At least kind of does something similar here, saying she's in despair and kind of wants to die. And can you blame her being in that shitty situation there? She doesn't speak human language, but thankfully he knows a lot more languages, and straight up asks her, do you want to die? And I could offer that, I could do that for you, put you out of your misery. And that's, I know that's dark, but also I kind of respect what he did there. And something very important he said that also applies to real life and much smaller things. You can't save somebody if they don't want to save themselves. I'm not saying, hey, killing her would be the right thing here. That's not what I'm saying. but somebody also needs to have the will to move forward, to save themselves. It's not at a snap of a finger, same as with depression with Rudy at the start of the series. You just can't turn it on and off. Hey, and today I'm feeling bad, tomorrow I'm gonna feel better just because I snapped my finger and right now I'm not depressed anymore. I don't feel like shit, or I don't. I have the will to live right now. It doesn't really work like that. People have to want it, and it's not that easy to want it depending on the individual or a lot of things. And this is why I like Mushoku Tensei quite a lot. It's second chances, third chances, whatever, for very flawed characters, for very innocent characters that have been in very bad situations here. And with Julie, our new character here, she looked just very badly, and when Rudy asked that, she said that she doesn't want to die. She finally admitted it, or said it out loud a bit, gave her something to move for the first step. Even Rudy said it. It's not I want to live, but it's something still we can work with. Is there something we can do here? It's good enough for now. And I really love that moment quite a lot, and him also saving somebody, it's also gonna help him move forward, because he's not fully past the depression. I'm not just talking about the ED, he still has a lot of things he needs to figure out, not just the Aries thing, also trauma from his first life, everything he's been through so far. So yes, depression and trauma and internal things are something you work your entire life, and you don't just forget about them. They're with you, you just learn to live with them. But here, after that moment, they finally take care of her. They give her some food, they treat her nicely, but they have to find out her name. And I really liked her name here, more like a title in a way, or description, how it is in dwarf culture. It's a long one. Child of Bazaar of the Holy Steel and Lilitella of the Beautiful Snow Ridge. This, I don't know, feels like a very fantastical name in a way. I liked it when they said it, but yes, it's very long. But apparently dwarfs only get a proper name when they are 7 years old, and she's 6. So they have to give her a proper name. And Rudy asking Zanoba, hey, can you give her a name? What ideas do you have? And he thinks of Julius, the name of his brother that he unfortunately killed, not knowing his strength. And he feels very guilty about that, but it's a guy's name or a man name. But Rudy modifies it a bit to Juliet, and she starts saying Julie. So I think Julie's gonna stick, and she likes it. I just felt so happy seeing her smile, considering the state we saw her in. Stuff like this actually gets to me, even if it's very cliche. Very innocent characters are my weakness, and I always want them to be saved, and whatever, power of friendship, in any way, just save them here. And I really like that moment quite a lot. So she's gonna have to live with Zanoba, kind of be his assistant slash artist in a way. She kept picking up stuff after him, and also Rudy's gonna teach her magic. So I'm very excited to see how Julie's gonna evolve moving forward. I hope she's gonna be freed at some point, and she just decides to stick with them, not being slave here, but we're gonna have to see about that. So yeah, this episode was very good. I probably rambled way too long. Maybe I need to tone down videos, not have them as long. Let me know in the comments below. Also the intro, maybe make it shorter. I'm always open to criticism, trying to improve videos, how I do them, the format, anything. And I love the conversation in the comments. Always very grateful for that, and this is why I'm doing the videos. I love to talk about anime, series, anything. So as always, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode, the new characters, how it was compared to the light novels. Of course, no spoilers, and remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Make sure to check out the podcast because anime. So keep enjoying Mushoku. I'm gonna see you again in the next one. Bye bye.